Welcome everybody to VMware's multi-cloud quarterly briefing. In the next 30 minutes or so, we're going to hear from Jeff Shaw, the CIO of Employers, about his experience in using VMware Cloud to implement a deliberate, compelling multi-cloud strategy. Then, our very own Matt Morgan, Vice President of Cloud Services at VMware, will recap the latest advancements in our multi-cloud technology. The world is clearly multi-cloud. And this is not surprising, as throughout the history of IT, the stack that supports our business applications has always evolved towards more and more heterogeneity. And it makes sense, right? Because multiple vendors and multiple open source projects innovate and differentiate over time, increasing both the capabilities of the system, but also its complexity. And the cloud is no different. Developers have moved to the cloud en masse and developed new modern applications that made their way into different cloud platforms. And now, IT faces the challenge of supporting all these cloud stacks, while at the same time, modernizing existing applications and moving them to the cloud. VMware has an incredible track record of making disparate heterogeneous environments working together, removing friction from IT and therefore accelerating our customer businesses. So it is only fitting and very compatible with our own DNA that we have tackled the cloud with the same proven approach. With VMware Cloud Foundation, we've given our customers a multi-cloud platform that allows them to build, run, manage, connect, and protect any applications consistently across any cloud. From your private cloud, which for many customers is clearly here to stay, to any cloud providers, including AWS, our preferred cloud partner for vSphere workloads, Azure, Google, IBM, Oracle, Alibaba, as well as over 4,500 VMware cloud providers that have partnered with us across the world. We can even run VMware Cloud on Dell hardware, on-prem as a service that is completely managed by us, in what analysts call the local cloud. And while we give you this common environment across all your clouds, you can still access the underlying and differentiated features of each of your clouds, so you get best of both worlds. The response from our customers, as you're going to hear in a few seconds, has been phenomenal. They can embrace the cloud at unprecedented speed because, one, they don't have to refactor their application as they move them to the cloud. They can literally vMotion thousands of VMs in weeks. Two, they can support new modern container-based applications side by side with VM-based ones. Three, they can reuse their existing skills to set up and manage their multi-cloud environments. So, as we look at our customers, we see a new trend. See, initially, most enterprises ended up with a multi-cloud environment almost by accident, as different developers and from different business units adopted different clouds like AWS, Azure, and so on and so forth. But now, we see customers adopting multi-cloud as a deliberate strategy, where they choose the right platform for the right application and leverage VMware Cloud as the foundation of their cloud journey. So, without further ado, let's hear from a customer who has implemented a deliberate multi-cloud strategy and shut down 2 data centers in the process. And now I'm very excited to introduce to you Jeff Shaw from Employers. He's the CIO there, is going to share with us his cloud journey. Jeff, welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Glad to be here.
So Jeff, do you want to talk about Employers and what you guys do?
Yeah, Employers is a workers' compensation company across the United States. We do cases in all 46 states that allow workers' comp. But we're really focused on small business, and we do a lot of restaurants and healthcare and hotels, things like that is really what our business model is.
And tell me, when did you start your cloud journey and why?
Yeah, so we started our cloud journey 3 years ago. I became CIO 3 years ago, and we had a need to get a disaster recovery going. And so when I became CIO, it was an easier way just to go to the cloud than to try to build out another data center and buy all new hardware and do all of that comes with data center build out. So we decided we're going to move to the cloud, and it's been very helpful, very good for the company.
And so when you and I discussed before, is you have embraced the cloud across multiple cloud providers. And I think a lot of companies out there now are getting there sometimes by mistake or by accident because their developers adopt a different platform over time. But you actually have a strategy that is built around multi-cloud. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, our strategy is about right cloud for the right system. For instance, we have some AS400. We put that in the IBM cloud. We have our Oracle financials are in the Oracle cloud. We have Microsoft cloud for the Microsoft for Microsoft things. And then AWS is our primary cloud where all of our new development and our VM cloud is on the AWS cloud.
So it is a strategic approach to multi-cloud. And how do you choose which cloud to go? How do you do right cloud for the right job?
Yeah, we really look at a couple things. What technology is it built on? So we look at the technology and say, okay, is this a native Microsoft technology? Then it probably belongs in Azure. Now, I will say that the great part about VM Cloud has been we don't have to follow that. So we don't get locked into a cloud because with VM Cloud, I can put anything in those VMs on the VM Cloud. So I have Microsoft running in there. I have Oracle running in there. I have pretty much everything you could think of running in that VM Cloud, which has been it's a great leverage point for.
And so you just jump to the good part, which is you're using VMC on AWS. So tell us how you came to that decision. Why did you choose VMC on AWS and others?
Yeah, so as an insurance company, we have many legacy systems that are old. And so when we were trying to figure out how do we do this, but they were all on VMs. And so we thought, hey, VM Cloud was coming out. This was a great opportunity for us to work with VMware to really create a value proposition to take everything in my data centers, shut down my data centers, and move to the cloud. And that's exactly what we did.
How long did it take? Because one of the things that we talk about with VMC on AWS and other cloud providers, you have a speed advantage, right? You can just vMotion your stuff into the cloud. Tell us about your experience with that.
Yeah, we got prod up in 9 months for all data center. We had dev and test up in probably 3 months or less. So it was a really good experience because we got dev and test up there really fast. Then we were able to watch it and make sure that it had all the things we thought it would have with failover and uptime and speed. And it did. It was better than we were in our own data centers. And then we went with the production in 9 months. So in less than a year, we had dev, test, and production all up in the cloud.
So this is phenomenal, right? Because and you're basically saying we vMotion our VMs based application into the clouds, and initially you use AWS, which is our preferred cloud partners. But are you looking at other platform as well with VMC?
Yeah, so the one thing about VMC that I really like is we don't get locked into AWS. With VMC, we could also go over to Microsoft because they have a partnership with Microsoft, and it just gives us an opportunity to really choose the cloud that we feel is going to be the best for our company. That might be price, it might be where their clouds reside, things like that. But right now, AWS is the right place for us.
So, and we discussed the speed, right? How quickly you can get your existing applications onto the cloud with VMC. Let's talk about another couple of things. One, what are the added advantages that you found by using the same kind of technology on-prem and in the cloud?
The speed of delivery is so much faster in the cloud than it was on the data center. We're delivering new product out every 2 weeks. Where when I first came into the organization a little over 3 years ago, it took us 3 to 6 months to do some just basic delivery. The speed of execution and delivery is so much. The other part that's great is I can take SaaS products from the cloud and I can use them immediately, and I don't have to go purchase it, wait for our infrastructure to get it loaded, figure out how it works. Instead, I can just go out, download it, I'm done, and go. And so it really has, the rate of speed for the company has been great, and we've seen huge wins to the business based on that speed.
And so the speed is great, But the other thing that we talk about, and I'd love to hear your perspective, is the fact that you can reuse the skills that you have on-prem in the cloud by using a familiar platform. Give us a little more color, give it based on your experience.
Yeah, good call out. So basically, because most of us have been working in VMs for the last 10, 15, 20 years, basically those people can do the exact same stuff in the cloud that they were doing in their native data center, because VM Cloud is built in such a way that you're using the same VM technology that you were using there. And so it's been a super win there, because the skills, they moved over. I didn't have to go, now I do have cloud architects and I do that for other stuff, but I didn't have to teach every cloud tenant right up front. We could take our time, we could do it over a year or two, instead of having to say, hey, on day one, everyone's got to be a cloud architect.
We talk about existing application and moving existing application, which is, of course, a challenge that every company in the world has. But tell me about new stuff. How you look at new development of new application in the cloud?
Sometimes we do it native to AWS, and really what we look for is it's same thing. You want the right system on the right cloud in the right spot. So if it's something that will get advantage out of going straight to AWS, we do it on AWS. But if it's something that I can do in VM, that I can leverage the VM and the virtual capabilities of VMware, then I actually will write it into the VM cloud. So it just depends. If you're buying a piece of software and they come and they say, well, it really works on the cloud, and then you find out, no, it really doesn't, and it's using old school technology, put it in the VM cloud. And we all do that, in insurance especially, because you're buying things that have been built 20 years ago. So
and of course with Tanzu we now have a solution to also build container application in the cloud, and hopefully look at that in the future. But one thing that I want to make sure that our audience learns from you is that what would you would say are the two top best practices that you learn in the process, or mistakes that people should avoid?
Yeah, so one of the things that I think I'm pretty passionate about is we used VMware's professional services to help us get into the cloud, and I am so glad we did, because they were experts. They knew the cloud. We were new into the cloud because we were just taking our journey. They knew VMware in and out. They knew the right people. So that would be something I would tell anyone who's looking to take this journey. Definitely look at professional services. It wasn't really that expensive compared to other professional services you would do, and we had a tremendous help from them. So that's one of the things. The other thing is, when you're looking to go to the cloud, don't think, well, I got to rewrite every app and I have to do it. The VM Cloud doesn't make you do that. You vMotion over. You do have some work to do, because with storage and things like that. But guess what? That's what those ProServe guys were there to help us with. And then at the same time, but so don't think I have to rewrite everything to go to the cloud, because it's not true. With VM Cloud, we were there in 9 months.
And Jeff, you and I are in IT, and at the end of the day, everything we do is to serve the business. So what are the main advantages that the business got out of your cloud journey?
Yeah, it's been an amazing thing that the business has seen. We were able to, because we could go every 2 weeks with new development, we were putting things out for our agents and customers like twice a month. We've seen our submissions and go up 40% year over year. And a lot of that is because of VM Cloud and Red Hat giving us the ability to move fast. And between those two, VMware, AWS, and Red Hat, we literally were able to go from 6 months to 2 weeks. And all of this that we've put out it's caused our business millions of dollars in revenue based on the ability to go so fast.
As I always talk about, if you accelerate your journey to the cloud, you also accelerate the business, and this is a great example of it.
It's a perfect example, because when you think about it, if I can put new code out every 2 weeks and we listen to our customers like we do, the customers are so happy to get new stuff. Then they're like, we just want to put more and more business with you. And we really have seen that because of this.
Wow, that's powerful. So as you look forward, what are the things that are on your horizon in terms of like multi-cloud and your priorities for your cloud journey?
Yeah, I would say our cloud journey, next will be figuring out how do we create and start using more cloud tenants and taking those, and we've been working with VM Cloud on some things to try to say, hey, we need to figure out ways to go in and out of VM Cloud easily. These are all things that I think the future of the cloud and multi-cloud really talks to. One of the cloud journeys we're going to take next and is, now that I'm in all these clouds, I want one place to be able to orchestrate all of them, and be able to move things around. And I know a lot of different companies are working on that. And so that's probably our next journey, is saying, let's make it look like one cloud, and you don't care what cloud you're in.
That's fantastic. So Jeff, I really want to thank you for being part of this event today. Our customers want to hear from customers like yourself that have maybe ahead of them in the journey, and you've been fantastic with your experience.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being a great customer.
Thank you.
I just love Jeff's story. He implemented multi-cloud with purpose, shut down 2 data centers in less than 1 year, reusing existing IT skills, shortened the time to market for new services from 6 months to 2 weeks, delivering millions of dollars in revenue to the business. Just phenomenal. So now let's switch gears and let's hear from Matt Morgan about the latest innovations in VMware Cloud that make all this possible. Matt?
Thanks, Vittorio. Good day, everyone. My name is Matthew Morgan, and I'm the Vice President of Marketing for VMware's Cloud Services Group. As customers engage VMware to take their multi-cloud architectures to a new level, they often are looking for areas of distinct value in 4 categories. I'd like to review their checklist with you here. The first area of value is the unification of infrastructure. Organizations are looking to normalize and unite their infrastructure. They want to be able to have the same compute, storage, and networking stack across any cloud provider they choose to leverage. This provides enormous value for both the IT operator as well as the application developer, and can reduce your cost dramatically. The second area of value they turn to VMware on is to look at how we can support any application, whether those applications are traditional or cloud native. This area of value is distinct. Organizations want to empower their developers, and they have to be able to support both VMs and containers. Not only must they support VMs and containers, but they have to be able to expose infrastructure services to their developers using a native modern API, like a Kubernetes API. This is a requirement customers are looking for, and they'd like to have that capability anywhere across their global cloud infrastructure. Number 3, customers are looking to us to unify management, operations, and automation. This is a big requirement. As organizations have embraced the multi-cloud world, they have found themselves with a nest of best-of-breed providers for management and operations. These providers have specific value for specific nodes of their infrastructure. They want to look at it as one connected architecture with a single pane of glass, so they can drive efficiencies both in process as well as tooling and technology, and of course the talent that they have in-house. Fourth, organizations are coming to VMware because they want to unify their cloud services. As opposed to having very specific cloud services for each individual cloud or on-premise data center or an edge location, they want to be able to unify those cloud services. These services include IT services such as disaster recovery, as well as specific services that developers are building for their business to be able to consume. In addition to that, they don't want to lock out any specific service available through a specific cloud. If they want to leverage a specific cloud for a service that they deliver, they want to be able to incorporate that into their architecture. So with these 4 areas in mind, VMware has architected our enterprise platform for the modern multi-cloud world. This enterprise platform for the modern multi-cloud world is all about addressing these 4 areas. We are delivering unified infrastructure for compute, storage, and networking. For our VMware customers, that's vSphere, vSAN, and NSX. By having compatibility, you have the capability to migrate applications as they stand today. It also gives you all of those rich enterprise capabilities that only VMware delivers. with the highest availability, with failover, with encryption, all of the things that we've built based on the requirements of our customers over the last 2 decades. In addition to that, we deliver unified management and operations. With vRealize Cloud, we give you the capability to manage, operate, and automate your entire infrastructure, whether it's in multiple clouds in the public cloud domain or multiple private clouds across data center and edge locations. With vRealize Cloud, you have the capability to manage all of that together through a single pane of glass. In addition to this, we unify cloud services. VMware delivers a catalog of IT services that organizations can embrace to execute in a multi-cloud landscape. These include everything from disaster recovery as a service all the way to cost and economic services. Now, when it comes to the application, VMware delivers a very modern cloud-native approach. By exposing our services through a combination of a Kubernetes API and a RESTful API, we can support traditional applications, and we give you the capability to support cloud-native applications. With our Tanzu stack, we deliver full-blown Kubernetes and built it directly inside of our core infrastructure solutions. With VMware, we give you the capability to bring all of this to the full multi-cloud landscape, delivering the true enterprise platform for the multi-cloud world. Let's talk about our capabilities with some of the updates coming directly from VMworld. First, we'll talk about VMware Cloud on AWS. VMware Cloud on AWS is our preferred public cloud service for vSphere-based workloads. It's designed in concert with AWS to deliver true VMware Cloud technology running on AWS bare metal. By leveraging AWS Global Infrastructure, you're able to leverage the AWS Cloud in its availability zones to deliver your infrastructure requirements. It's delivered, operated, and supported by VMware, and it's on-demand or long-running subscription optionality for you. It's fully operationally consistent with anything you're doing in a data center or edge location. This enables you to maximize your investments you've already made. And this product has done incredibly well for VMware. It's an incredible service for our customers. At VMworld, we announced some enhancements for VMware Cloud on AWS, and I'd like to review them with you. First, we announced a next generation instance type, this i3EN metal. This next generation instance type is about turning up the capability for the most powerful native compute, storage, and networking for the most sophisticated workloads. It delivers 48 cores in an instance with 768 gigabytes of RAM, 45 terabytes of raw NVMe SSD storage, and because of that, we're able to deliver a 50% lower cost per terabyte than the traditional approach, and that's great for storage-intensive workloads. We also delivered a 2-host cluster. Now, why is this valuable? Well, because we're delivering a new 2-host capability, customers can embrace enterprise capabilities through VMware Cloud on AWS at a much lower price point. In fact, if you're looking at it from a cost of entry point of view, customers can now get a fully capable enterprise class deployment of VMware Cloud on AWS for a cost factor that is 33% less than before. That's a fantastic value proposition for our customers. Speaking of reaching new markets, we also announced an enhanced version of VMware Cloud Director. This enables our partners to be able to right-size VMware Cloud on AWS services for small and medium businesses, and they do this through multi-tenant capabilities on VMware Cloud on AWS. Again, these are just some of the new capabilities that we've offered. VMware was privileged at VMworld to support Microsoft as they announced their next generation Azure VMware Solution cloud service. Azure VMware Solution is a Microsoft service verified by VMware that runs on Azure infrastructure. This enables organizations with a multi-cloud strategy that includes Azure to be able to incorporate that unified infrastructure that we spoke of. It also enables an organization to choose Azure if it fits their strategic imperatives. In addition to Azure, VMware supports Google Cloud Platform through Google Cloud VMware Engine, IBM Cloud through IBM Cloud for VMware, and Oracle Cloud through Oracle Cloud VMware Solutions. Each of these hyperscaler partners can deliver specific value that enhance the VMware Cloud value proposition. VMware also enhanced our local cloud as a service solution, VMware Cloud on Dell EMC. VMware Cloud on Dell EMC delivers a full VMware Cloud service, but enables organizations to deploy it on premises, whether that's in your data center or your edge location. With this capability, organizations can embrace a true cloud model for their on-premise data centers, or for specific requirements they have out at the edge. Those requirements can be traditional applications, VDI-based deployments, or supporting IoT workloads. At VMworld, we were excited to announce vRealize Cloud Universal, the next generation of our management and operations capability. By delivering unified management and operations capability, organizations can manage their entire infrastructure through a single pane of glass. vRealize Cloud Universal delivers new capabilities such as vRealize AI Cloud, which is designed to automatically optimize storage through vSAN, leveraging artificial intelligence and machine learning. It also includes VMware Skyline and vRealize Cloud Federated Catalog and Federated Analytics. This capability helps organizations get a lot more efficient and bring real top-down value for management and operations across the board. Customers from around the world are embracing a migrate and modernize perspective when moving to the cloud. VMware fully supports that with Tanzu Kubernetes Grid and our embedded Kubernetes API, plus our ability to migrate workloads at the click of a mouse. Let's talk about migration of workloads first. VMware offers a service called VMware HCX. HCX is all about migrating workloads en masse. Because we've normalized the infrastructure to create that unified infrastructure layer for compute, storage, and networking, VMware workloads that are running inside of your data center can be migrated to a cloud instantly. And with HCX, you can do so en masse. And in some cases, applications can continue to run while they're even migrating. There's no rework, there's no refactoring, there's no redevelopment. That's a massive value add for customers. Now, once the workloads have been migrated to the cloud, the next step is all about modernizing those workloads. VMware does this by delivering full container support through Tanzu Kubernetes Grid. We enable organizations to enrich existing applications by modernizing them in the cloud with new capabilities. But importantly, we give them the capability to integrate those capabilities with cloud services that are delivered in the public cloud. This is a very common thing for our customers to do, is they may want to leverage those cloud services, especially around artificial intelligence and machine learning. This enables organizations to unlock new value from existing applications. VMware delivers a global multi-cloud presence that's unmatched in the industry. With our hyperscaler partnerships, our VCPP partnerships, and customer on-premise locations running our local cloud as a service, we give customers the capability to run VMware Cloud where they need it. Today, there are 15 million workloads running on VMware in the cloud, with 85 million workloads running on VMware in total. Together with our partners and our customers, our solution is designed to maximize the value of a multi-cloud landscape, enabling your organization to maximize flexibility, innovation, or global reach. Thanks a lot for your time today. Back over to you, Vittorio.
Thank you, Matt. I love working at VMware because our engineers makes us all proud and always deliver for our customers. VMware Cloud Foundation, now running on all major cloud providers, allow our customers to move to the cloud with speed, with the ability to literally vMotion thousands of virtual machines per week. provide the same consistent development environment for both VM and container-based applications across private and any public cloud. It gives our customer choice of any cloud without lock-in, as you can move your application wherever VMware Cloud runs. And it gives you lower migration cost, as you don't have to refactor your application as you move them to the cloud. And finally, you can reuse your existing VMware skills because you have the same VMware technology foundation across all your environments. I am very excited about what I'm hearing from the VMware Cloud customers, and I'm looking forward to sharing more customer success stories with you on VMware.com.